What's going on, guys? It's your boy Mag Dog TV coming back with another one. NFL insider Phil Yates joined ESPN's Cleveland's channel to discuss the quarterbacks for the Cleveland Browns. They also gave insights as far as how they feel about Shedeur Sanders taking over during training camp. I have the video clips in this video, so let's get
Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go.
With NFL training camp slowly approaching, there's no question that the Cleveland Browns will be the most talked about amongst throughout the country when it comes to sports media. I'm very excited about Shedeur Sanders. We're only talking about the Cleveland Browns because of Shedeur Sanders. Let's get that corrected right now. Phil Yates joined ESPN Cleveland channel to talk about the quarterbacks along with, of course, Shedeur Sanders. I have the video clip of that. I'm also have their video clips and channel in the description for you guys to watch the full interview. So let's get to it.
Field, would you say that for training camp, the Browns have the number one storyline with this quarterback competition? It's at least top five, right?
It's not even close. It's number one.
Wow.
Like, it's not even close. Now, listen, there are other storylines that will emerge, right? Whoever the defending champion is, we're going to follow their camp closely. Will they find a way to repeat? Whoever is the team that did the most during the offseason, can they make a big leap? Travis Hunter will be followed closely. How many reps is he getting on offense versus how many is he getting on defense? Aaron Rodgers, because he's Aaron Rodgers, will be followed closely. All of those things are obvious.
Yeah.
But the Browns and their quarterback competition will be the thing that I can guarantee you will cover the most across ESPN platforms. Not be like that, and that's for all shows, all networks, all companies, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of heat. There's a lot of interest in that storyline specifically, and I don't think, maybe I'll rue these words, I don't think it's going to be decided quickly either, right? I don't think by August 5th it's going to be, hey, Joe Flacco's our week one starter, right? It probably percolates for the entirety of training camp. And maybe the bigger takeaway from the Browns quarterback competition is that whoever is the week one starting quarterback, it's almost like the countdown starts the minute week one begins until the next player takes over. It seems like there's a real chance the Browns, like if the over-under was set at 2.5 quarterbacks starting for the Browns this year, I think you and I are aligned, probably taking the over there.
What's your take on Shedeur through minicamp? Because just being there and everything you hear from the building is he made a lot of strides. And I would say being out there, you could really see how he developed from rookie minicamp to the end. And then you hear things, hey, he's great in the building. He's really picking it up. You were really locked into the draft process, especially around Shedeur. Obviously did the pod with Mel. Mel was a big fan, had him ranked highly. So how do you think that kind of transition for him from that?
Yeah, so I'd say that, Shedeur, like the good thing about these past couple of months is that you don't want a rookie that after the first couple of months is showing like negative signs that suggest he just can't hang entirely. And it's not a surprise to me that Shedeur's accuracy, ball placement, timing, touch on throws was all really good, right? He was an excellent pocket passer in college football. I go back to this. It's not the only stat that matters, but if you go back to last season and you filter out snaps in which a quarterback was not blitzed, Shedeur Sanders was the only one to complete at least 80% of his passes. Like, I don't care if you're throwing the ball a yard or, 100 yards. Obviously, the further down the field, the more difficult, but like 80% is 80%, right? So, and over the past 2 months, how many times was Shedeur Sanders hit? The answer is none, right? So to me, it's going to be in training camp. I think that for either of these rookies to start week one, and I know that you're on record, you think it's going to be one of those two. My feeling is that in order for a rookie to start week one, that player is going to have to be head and shoulders, unequivocally, way better than the other three. And part of that is, I think, maybe a little bit of a respect and a deference to Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. Part of it is also, if you start a rookie when you've got three other options in the cradle. If that player struggles in week one, ESPN Cleveland, Monday morning, our guys are going to be hammering saying, hey, it's time for somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you start Joe Flacco and by the way, if you yank a rookie after, 1 or 2 starts or whatever, it can have real harm. It can create real harm on that player's career. Whereas if it's a veteran, it's Joe Flacco, like if he starts 3-4 games and then hey, it's time to go try Kenny Pickett or one of the rookies, it's like you signed a 41-year-old, whatever, 40-year-old Joe, and that's kind of what you expected to get out of this player, right? A handful of games here or there. He's going to be a pro as that number 2, 3, or 4 quarterback. Maybe you even could trade him if things go really sour, and you move on. So I think that's still most likely that a veteran has that job in week one. I probably lean towards Joe Flacco, but certainly wouldn't shock me at all if Kenny Pickett is the week one, day one starter.
I actually agree with Phil Yates. I think Joe Flacco would be the guy leading up to the NFL 2025 football season. And then from there, you go with Shedeur Sanders. Now, to have Shedeur Sanders start week one, it's in question. I wouldn't doubt it because Shedeur Sanders is the better quarterback. But if they want to be patient, treat it kind of similar to what Andy Reid did with Patrick Mahomes, what you saw with Tom Brady, there's reasons why certain quarterbacks wait their time. Aaron Rodgers had to sit behind Brett Favre before he took off. So it's not a bad thing to sit behind the starting, especially a veteran, if you are a rookie as far as Shedeur Sanders goes. So it remains to be seen how this training camp plays out. But one thing for sure, it is an open battle. Kevin Stefanski, head coach for the Cleveland Browns, made that clear numerous of times this offseason that it's a complete quarterback battle. So if it's a legit quarterback battle, Shedeur Sanders could 100% win the starting job going into the 2025 football season. You guys can get down in the comments and let me know how you guys feel. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 36,000 subscribers. Definitely appreciate you guys. Until next time. Peace.